looks like I was muted. Anyway, yeah, so I'll go through building image generation apps. Today, I went through through the embeddings yesterday, text embeddings, and then through the example that's in that repo that pulls down the transcripts of YouTube videos and creates embeddings out of them so then you can do a search. And I did an example here where we created embeddings for like this text, and then we prompted for a query so we could see how what is the similarity of the query that we entered to the initial or the original actual text embedding, right? So today it's going to be building image generation apps. So let's go through this, and I'll do full screen on this one, and then we can go back to code once we need to do some code. All right, so more to LLMs than text generation. Yes, it's also possible to generate images from text descriptions. Can be useful. MedTech architecture. Yep. So we'll look at the DALL-E image generation model in Midjourney. Okay. All right. So why build an image generation apps? Great way to explore the capabilities. They can be used for, for example, okay, image editing and synthesis. Yeah. Generate images for different industries. Yep, that's a repeat. All right, so for our startup, oh, now we're calling it EDU for all. I think that's probably a leftover because I think we were calling it, or they were actually calling it something else. Might be another opportunity to do a bug fix. Let me see. Let's do EDU for all. Yeah, so they still have it in a couple of places, but I think that's something that they have to replace. They called it something else, but anyway, not important. So students will create images for their assessments. Exactly what images is up to the students. They could illustration, etc. Okay, very nice. So that's the prompt. So what is DALL-E? 2 popular image generation models. So DALL-E, if you've played with this, you probably played either with DALL-E or Midjourney, I guess. I haven't played with Midjourney. I played with DALL-E. So it's a combination of 2 models, clip and diffused attention. Okay. So look at what this is. All right. 2 models that combine text and images. Okay. Multi-model neural networks. Okay, so this is more of a lower level explanation, I guess. Creating images from captions expressed in natural language. Yep. So a teapot in the shape of an avocado, and then probably seen all these images at some point. Multiple cautions. Okay. Is there anything else here? Oh, clip. There you go. So the second of open-end. Okay, so multi-model neural network is called CLIP, contrastive language image pre-training. Okay. So open current computer vision approaches are labor-intensive and costly to create, and you need significant efforts to adapt to new tasks. So CLIP is trained not by using labeled image data sets, but from images in their descriptions taken from the internet. So CLIP can be instructed to perform classification benchmarks by using natural language. That's key. Okay. All right. So it's not. So I'm assuming this is similar to when I was reading about LLMs. Is they trained the LLM model on, like, I don't know if unstructured text is the right way to say it, but it was just all the texts, right? It wasn't actually guided the way that they trained it. So I'm assuming this might be similar. Shown with clip that introduces simple pre-training task is sufficient to perform well. predicting. Okay. So there's some pre-training. Okay. All right. This might be too deep at this point. So let's go back. Yeah. So clip is a model that generates embeddings, which are numerical representations of from images and text. Okay. So I talked about embeddings yesterday. I went through the embeddings yesterday. So I guess clip allows you to do that, but with images. So maybe combination of images and text. Oh, okay. So maybe it can tie together the like description of an image with what's actually on the image and create embeddings out of that. So when you say, when I was writing a query, where is it? Like these queries here. So what you would do is, I'm thinking, right? You would say big pink elephant or whatever. And then there would be an image of the actual big pink elephant. You would create an embedding for that, combining these two things. And then if I would enter a query that has like a pink elephant, for example, would be my query, it would know that this, and then that query, it knows that it's close to like this textural, this text, which is tied somehow with the image. So that's how it knows how to create an image that's similar to whatever the image was described as. Maybe we'll see. So diffused attention is a model that generates him. Okay, yeah, that's what I was. Maybe I should just read instead of. But yeah, this is what I was saying, right? So there's a second model, the diffused attention, that generates images from embeddings. Okay, all right. So yeah. Okay, so clip model. So with clip, I'm assuming you provided an image and a description of that image, or a caption or text, and then you train it with that, I guess, right? With different images, with different descriptions. And then when you enter a query of a pink elephant or whatever, then you could use this diffused attention. So you would create an embedding and then use diffused attention to get back an image. Might be. So DALL-E is trained on a data set of images and text. Yes. DALL-E can be used. Yeah. Yeah. So if you haven't seen DALL-E, let me find the link. DALL-E Open API. I guess now it's integrated, right? So now it's integrated. So if I do let's do a photo of a big pink elephant. Yeah, so this will automatically invoke DALL-E, I guess. So the model has a collection of embeddings, and then somehow those embeddings are related to, like, connected to images. I don't know how that is done though. So when I say a photo of a big pink elephant, it can create an embedding out of this text, and then the diffused attention can then be used to generate an image based on that embedding, I guess. All right, so Midjourney. So Midjourney works a similar way as DALL-E. Creates images. You see it? Okay, yeah, so it's very similar. Oh, that's it. Okay, so DALL-E is generative AI model based on transformer architecture with autoregressive transformer. Autoregressive transformer defines how a model generates images from text descriptions. Okay, so I guess that's the answer, right? I mean, the answer. That's the term that is used on how to generate images from text description. I'm trying to see if there's an explanation of this. Probably is. Yeah. So it generates one pixel at a time and then uses the generated pixel to generate the next pixel, passing through multiple layers. Okay, so this using the generates a pixel, one pixel, and then using whatever it was created to create the next one. That sounds very similar to how LLM works. If I'm trying to find where that was, where it predicts the first character, and then it passes that back in to predict the next one, and then the next one. Right there, you go. Yeah, so it predicts one token as an output, and then it's incorporated into the next iteration, and it's generating. Okay, so images are generated in a similar way. It's just we're operating on pixels, right? Controls attributes. Okay, DALL-E 3. There's another typo here. Okay, so building our first image generation app. So what does it take? So we have this. We don't have pillow. So we're getting into the demo. So that's nice. All right, let's close this. I'll do image_gen.py, and I think I can copy this portion. This will probably be the same. It's just configuring it. Let me close others. There you go. All right. So we need to install pip install pillow. Okay, I already have it installed. Pip install request. I probably have this one as well. I don't. Okay. All right. Yeah, we have I have the environment already. Did I have to do? No, we'll see if it works anyway. Okay, so there's some code. So we'll import PIL from image. Others are the same, right? Loading this. We don't need this. We don't need this. And then create an image by using the image generation API. Okay, so we can create an image. We'll do try. Is it accept? Yeah. All right. Let's just say error occurred. There we go. I don't know if they're catching anything. Oh, they are. Invalid request. So let's catch the same thing. Go. OpenAI as error occurred. Now just print the error out. Okay. And over here, we'll do gen response, OpenAI. I'm typing it out because I don't know if the library is the same. Yeah, see, it's different. So we'll do create. And then we'll do prompt. No, this might be a different. Is this an actual function here? So sometimes the Copilot messes things up a little bit. Is it generate? Yeah, it's generate. Okay, so generate, and then we'll say prompt equals bunny on a horse to holding a lollipop and on a foggy. Okay, yeah, let's. I don't feel like typing, so let's do this. 124, 124. What is n? Number of images. Okay, nice. 2. And then temperature, set it to 0. And then set the directory. So we'll just store the images. Image dir equals OSPath join in the current there. Okay. And we'll do images. Path. So I don't have to do OS, right? And this one will occur there. There we go. Okay. So this is where we'll store the images. And let's create. So if it doesn't exist, is there true? Okay. Creating the directory. Maybe I should have just imported the OS, but that's fine. Okay. we're creating the folder if it doesn't exist. Initialize. Okay, so it's PNG. Initialize the image path. And then, why is it saying, I don't think this n is the number of images though, but it might be. Anyway, let's see. So image URL, gen response, data, 0, and it should be URL. So extract the image. Okay, so we get so the image is actually hosted, right? So what we have to do, generated image equals, we'll have to use requests to download the image from that URL, and then content, I guess. There's a lot of like Python specific stuff or library specific stuff, I guess. And then we can open. Okay, so we can open, so we can save the image, right? So we'll use, did we create this image path? Patch join. Oh, okay, so they're just initializing it here. It doesn't matter. Image URL for writing and binary, I think. And then writing the file to image. Well, writing the generated image, whatever the content is, to a file called generated.png. Okay, and then display the image. Image equals image.open. Oh, maybe we should have done it. Okay, let's do this. And then we'll say image path equals. So we don't have to type it twice, right? Put it here and then Command D and say image path. There you go. And image.show. And I think, is this coming from, what is the, from image? Is this probably built in? I don't know. Okay. This looks like right. So this should create, let's just move the prompt. Oh, it's fine. Let's just do it there. And it should create a bunny on a horse holding a lollipop. Okay, so we do Python image gen, right? And I guess it should open the image. OpenAI has no attribute error. What? Got an unexpected keyword. Okay, so temperature is not correct here. We don't need it. Let's see. Maybe it's like provided somehow a different way, but we'll see. This is taking longer, so it might work. Or maybe not. Okay, image there, pad current there, images. Why is this not? A string object is not callable, line 17. Is this not, oh, it's not the function, it's the actual value, I guess, string. Oh, okay, and this is, of course, the differences with response. So we'll see, what does this return as? Model, prompt, images response. And what is, okay, so it's a data and it's a list of images, and then created tells us how many images we got. So let's see if we can do, where is it? Here. So we can do print, created, gen response, dot created. So I can either do this or I can do in brackets. So created blue images, and then we do data. And let's see what's in here, because I don't know. What is this image? Base, revise. Oh no, there should be a URL. Okay, well let's see. Let's rerun it. Okay, image response object is not oh wow, that's probably not right. Yeah, there's something wrong with the API here. So let's see. Let's close this and we'll do this. There's probably an example somewhere. Okay, so prompt size quality. So I'll do N1 here. Response dot data. That's the one. Yeah, so that's what data 0.url. Why would this be different? Let's see. Was it because I was generating two of them? Yeah, this is not right. Oh, but it did generate. Oh, there you go. It opened it in a different window or second screen, I guess. But yay! All right, so I don't know why this is not. Like, I would expect this to tell me how many images were created, right? Based on this. Let's see. Images response created, right? Should tell me. Yeah, that's odd. Is there a image variation? So you can get a variation for multiple images. Let's do open it. Again, not that it matters, but now I want to know. Okay, so see, it's not there. What the, am I using like a weird, so the image object only has the base 64 encoded version, the URL, and the revised prompt. Yeah, so we'll just go with this. And then, yeah, if we do two images, probably have something messed up with my the version that I'm using. But so if we do two images, then we could do, what could we do? So this is me not remembering Python's syntax. So we'll say iterate through gen response dot data array. Let's see if this helps. Okay, and download. Okay, yes, for sure. All right, there you go. Oh, okay, so it is just for each. So so we're saving it as an ID. Okay, so instead of opening it, so we're not gonna open it, so we can delete this. So this will now just generate the images. This is the folder. Yeah, so this was the original one that we created, but now we should get, let's do three different variations. What? Oh, it's using an ID. Oh, there's no ID, so we'll just do counter. I know this is probably not the most effective way to do it, but we could do f image dash counter, right? Counter, and like this. There we go. So we have the first one, we have the second one, we have the third one. Nice. Wow. All right. Yeah, I mean, there are images. I'll let you decide how good they are. I guess we could make it better if we said something like drawn by a professional artist. Yeah, let's see if this makes any difference. And let's just increase the counter here so we don't lose the first three images that we created. Okay. Actually, is this code big enough? If anyone's watching, let me know if I should make the code bigger or if it's readable or not. But all right, so we have yeah, I don't think it looks any better if I add. All right, this one is okay. I mean, compared to this one, I guess this is like a masterpiece here. But anyway, yeah, so fairly easy to create images from prompts. So let's go back to No, was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. So we went through this. So explore the libraries. Okay, load the, yes, we did this. We generate an image, response with a JSON. Yeah, more or less. And then we're showing. So the code that generates the image, yep, it's this one here. OpenAI images.generate. So prompt is the prompt, size. What else do we have here? Model. Can we select the model? What are the different options for the model here? Oh, Dolly 2, Dolly 3. What is the default one? So let's see if this will make Dolly 3. If this will make the images better, if we explicitly say we want to use Dolly 3. So let's do counter 6. Let's do 3 more. Oh, what? Oh, you must provide n equals 1 for this model. Interesting. So it doesn't allow you to create multiple images in like same call. Okay. So we definitely didn't use Dolly 3. So that was probably whatever the default was. One was probably Dolly 2. So that's why the images looked like MS Paint. All right. So let's see the new one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a big, huge difference. Huge difference between like Dolly 2 on the right side and then Dolly 3 on the left side. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big difference. And even if you look at the previous images, right, they look very abstract, I guess, not finished. This one looks very polished. So let's do another one. There we go. Image 7. Oh, did I change that? I did. Okay. Image 7. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are much better. Much better. Awesome. I want to post this on Twitter. Give me a second. These are really nice. Can I drag and drop this? No, of course not. Images, and this was the last one, right? Image 7. There we go. Of course, I made a typo. That's how it always is. Anyway, yeah, awesome. This looks really nice. I mean, you can see big difference between 2 and 3. All right, moving on. What else did we want? I wanted to check the other options that we can set here. So there's counter, there's user. What is use? Style. Okay, let's look at what style is. Style, vivid, natural. Interesting. Let's see, style. And again, it didn't. I don't know what the default one is. So it's optional. It's either one of the. It's either this or that. And if it's not given, then it's not given. I don't know what that means. I don't know what if it defaults to one of these or if it defaults to like a third value, I guess. Okay, let's try vivid. Vivid. And then is there a way that we could provide a seed? So that way we get the same, use the same seed. So it's the same image, I guess. Style must be vivid causes. Okay, so vivid causes the model to lean towards generating hyper-real and dramatic images, more natural, less hyper-real. And this is Dolly 3 only. Unique identifier representing a. Oh, nice. That's a nice one. So if you're offering like a service or something that like you created a service and it's image generation, I guess, whatever, you can actually use your user ID. I mean, you can pass in the user ID of your user, however you're tracking it, whatever the ID is. and then they can monitor it to detect abuse. Interesting. That's a good one. Additional query parameters, additional. Yeah, so why doesn't, it's odd that it doesn't give me an option for providing a seed. So DALL-E 3 API. Seed support. Okay, so there's an article on this. What's your use case? We want to seed correspond. Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, you maybe can use the combination of referring image ID and some scrambled stuff as a post fix. As a temporary. Okay, interesting. Oh, seed. Unwanted escape policy. Oh, okay. All right, so they are using it internally, but it's just not. It's not exposed. Yeah, that's weird. It would be nice if there's a way that you could say like this exact style, I guess. Even though this one, so it seems that this is significant. Oh, okay. Always, it's a specific thing that they're talking about. Oh, it looks like people are just providing. This is 16 days ago, so still fairly fresh, I guess. The old system. Yeah. So this is the idea. Like you can use the same seed, I guess, and then maybe modify the prompt a little bit, but you would still get a very similar style, I guess. Yeah, like these are definitely the same style. Yeah, it looks like these are all. Yeah, and there's multiple questions here on the seed support. People saying they need this. Gen ID. Base image is consistent. Yeah. Is this the same one? Okay. I think this is the same one. Yeah, but even if like Dolly internally can tell you the whatever the seed that it was used, I don't think you can. Can you? Yeah, you can paste it like provide it back in and tell it to use this, right? Number of them. Yeah, we. Oh, but there is reference image IDs created for the image. Okay, you can use this ID. Okay, let's see if this is being generated. But this is definitely not. Where's the response? This. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Revised. The prompt that was used to generate if there was any revision. Yeah, no. I guess this would be. Yeah. Oh, but again, I might have the old API here. So response format, no, returns image. So let's look at the image object. Yeah, no, there's nothing here. Right. You could use the variation. Okay. So we could use a variation of the same image. Okay. So we could use variations. So if we create one image, so let's try this. Where's why? Oh, because I opened image gen. So Dolly will create one image anyway. So I'll just call it whatever 8. And then because we know there's only going to be one and it's going to get called 8, we can do create another variation of the of the image. So we'll pass in whatever the previous image was. We can pass in this one, right? Well, we'll create a new one, and then we'll create new images, 2 images. One will be from the prompt, and the second one will be by passing in the generated image, saying create a variation based on this image. So let's see, let's figure this out, how to call it. So it's OpenAI dot images. That's not create. Create variation. Okay, that's simple enough. And then image must be a valid PNG file. Okay. Yep. Nice. So we know it's going to be called image 8, and then we're going to save. Is this correct? Image? No, it's not. So this is correct, and then we'll say model is Dolly 3, and n will have to be 1, right? And size will be the same. So n equals 1, and size will be this. And then we'll say variation response. And I'm assuming this is the same. We can delete this. This is the same same return object. It's images, right? Images response. Okay, so we do the same thing. So we var response equals no. So we have gen to var gen image. I'm so bad at naming. Yep. So get the content, and then we'll do var image path. Yep. So we'll say 8 var, and then save the image, right? Which will be this one. Var image path, save var gen image. Okay. All right. So we should get 2 images. One will be generated from the first one will generate it from this prompt, and then the second one we're not gonna pass in the prompt anymore. We'll pass in the image. So it failed. Create variation, unexpected keyword argument, image path. That's what it was called. Oh no, it was called image, of course. There you go. Image. So let me just delete this one that was created. There you go. No, unexpected. Tuple. Oh, it has to be like an actual, like an opened. Wait, so it's not a path. It has to be. We have to open the image, I guess. Let's see. Image, file types, file content. Oh, okay. So file name, file. Okay, so it has to be open, right? So if we do file content, yeah. So let's open the file. So I guess we have it open. Let me remove this. Remove this. Replace this here. Just to clean it up a little bit. Since we can only create one image, there's nothing to iterate over, I guess. So this was image URL. What? How? Oh, it's image.url. Image.url. Why? How is this not defined? Did I delete this somewhere? Wait, I probably deleted something somewhere. Let's go back. Oh, it's of course. So response data. So we'll say image equals this. There's going to be only one, and then we'll say image.url. Need this. We don't need this. Go back. Okay, go back. And then this will create the, say, image dash original. We don't need the counter. And then we'll create a variation. We'll say image.variation. And instead of doing this, we'll have to, how do we read the downloaded image? Open. Okay, so will this work? Let's see. It might. I don't know. Again, I'm trying things out. I'm not a Python expert. But yeah, but this one doesn't take in the string, like in string as in path to the file. It actually has to be like contents, right? Yeah, expected entry and image to be bytes. All right. Well, let's see. But receive. Yeah, let's do this. We'll find it. Open. Oh, 2 bytes. Is that what it is? Open. Image open. Is there like a get? It has to be something like raw or show 2 bytes. Well, let's see. If anyone has Python experience, please chime in or watch me struggle. I'll figure it out. It is taking a little bit longer. No. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. It works. So we got past that. Invalid model dal E3. The model argument should be left blank. Okay. Why? Ah, okay. So the variation only supports DALI 2. Oh, okay. Let's do this. Let me just be back. All right, so it has to be PNG and less than 4 megabytes. Thought it is less than 4 megabytes, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And it is a PNG. Why doesn't this work? Let's rerun it. Yeah, how is this? Okay, so let's do, there has to be like an example somewhere. Let's do a search for this one. How to generate variations. Oh, yeah, let's see. Okay, yep. Create an image. Yeah, that's what we have. Create variation. Oh, it looks like this. Oh, okay, so it's opening it. But what is the open? Is that coming from? Let's try that one. So image open. Oh, okay. Oh, was that simple? Let's do this. Let's see. That's what you get if you're using Copilot. Still hasn't failed, so that's a good sign. We have the original image. Yeah, this is the original one. Let's see how the... No! What? Doesn't have the URL? Oh, it's data. No, wait. Images response object has no attribute URL. Oh, it's data. Data like this, right? Let's see. Still happening. Oh, nice. We got it. Yeah. So we got the, what do we call it? Okay. So image original, that's the one that was originally generated. And then 8 dash variation is the, yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, not perfect, but yeah, at least we figured it out. So the left one was generated with the prompt by Dolly 3. And then the second one, the variation, we use the create variation. Is it create variation method? And we passed in an image. But this one uses Dolly too, so that's why we get crappy images. Now I'm wondering, I don't have to generate an image to use the variation, right? So I could probably upload one of my images and then tell it to create a variation, maybe. Let's see if that works. Let me find some Ricky images. Ricky is my Shiba, so let's find that. Come on. Yeah, this is a nice one. So I'll save this and store it in images, and we'll call it Ricky1. And there you go. So that's Ricky. And it's a fairly low quality image, probably the way that I downloaded it, but I don't care. I just want to try it out, right? So this will be our original. So instead of, so let me close this so I can zoom out a little bit. Complain if the text is too small, please. So instead of generating, we're not going to generate anything. We're not going to do this. I'll just comment it out. And then this one will pass in the Ricky image. So we'll say images and then Ricky-1. Oh, it's JPEG. Okay, so let's do this and save it as PNG. Actually, let me download a higher quality of this image. So download. All right, so this will be an extra high quality. And we'll, there I have it. So we'll say export, I guess. Right? Yep. And then we'll export to Ricky1-PNG. And I don't know where I saved it now. So we'll repeat the exercise. So I just clicked somewhere to save and wasn't paying attention where to save it to. So, oh, it is there. What? Why isn't it showing up? What? Yes. Wait a minute. No, I probably saved it somewhere else. Let's try this again. If you're just joining in, I'm having trouble saving files. We'll get there. Export. Oh, I saved it in a different folder, of course. Ugh. So we'll do images, Ricky-1, and let's see. I'll probably have to make it smaller because it's like 8 megabytes, and that's way too much. The limit is 4, I think. So let me just resize it. So this is the one that we have. File, the tool, adjust size, right? And then we can do 50. Yeah, let's do even smaller. Because I think, there you go. This should probably go through. Yeah, this is high enough quality. So, okay, so we have Ricky-1.png. This guy is the original image. And then over here, we're saying, let's do current directory images as I save this. Oops, call it Ricky var. All right, let's see. Let's see how Dolly 2 image will look like if we provided an actual like photo, not a generated image, right? So let's see. So a Ricky one, and then open to the side. All right, I mean, it's, I guess, it looks like him a little bit. It would be awesome if this was Dolly um, 3, right? If it supported Dolly 3, the variations thing, but it's close enough, I guess. I don't know if there's anything that we could like change or set here to. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that we can set to like control the quality, I guess. So model, yeah, model is only Dolly 2, which is crappy. And then size, we're already getting back the higher size. Use the following arguments. How do we do like the temperature or something? I wonder if that makes any difference. If we see temperature of like 0. I don't think this will work though, but what? Oh, comma. If anyone knows, let me know. Oh no, yeah, it doesn't know what. So let's do open AI, create variation, temperature. Can we even control this? No, temperature parameter. Oh, maybe I'll just go here. Oh, but it should have been here, right? It's an edited. Oh, nice. All right, so you can also create like an edited image if you want. That's interesting. An additional. Oh, so you can provide a mask and say do something else. So we could. All right. I'm jumping between things, but let's see if. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to do temperature because it would show us. It would be in the docs, I guess, right? So. Okay, so we did the image, create an image. So we did this. We didn't do the image edit. I'll do that next. We did the variation. And then, okay, the models, list models. All right, that's just, so we did the variation. Now let's try and do the image edit. So let's see. So we have to provide an image. So we have that. If mask is not provided, image must have transparency, which will be used as a mask. Okay, so it's not, we can't pass in this image as is. And then we have to pass in a prompt to basically say to like modify the image somehow. And then we could pass in a mask. So additional image whose fully transparent areas indicate where image should be edited. Okay, so I could edit this out, right? And like maybe I don't know. Yeah, let's try to replace Ricky's head, right? I could make his head transparent and say squid or whatever. So instead of dog's head, it would be something else, right? Uh, or we could do something more. That's not as scary as that. Must be, yeah. So if we don't provide a mask, we have to like set transparency on the actual image that we're passing in. So let's see if I do a copy and also one transparency. And let's see if can I do this in like a preview? I don't think I have any. How can I delete tools? Is there a way that I can? Oh, we could remove background. Let's see. Let's try that one. Okay, so this one is transparent background now, and now we can say with this image passing in, yes, it's transparent. We could say, all right, so let's go here. So we're not doing the variation. right? We'll read in the one dash transparency, right? And then instead of doing the variation, we'll do the image edit. So we'll say image edit, or how do we? Okay, so we said image edit response. Open. Trying to be consistent. Is it called edit? Yes, it is. And then we provide an image, which is open image path. This. Oh, is this the way, or this used to be a way to provide edits? And then mask. We're not going to provide the mask because we do have transparent image. We have transparent sections in the image, I guess. But then we have to provide a prompt. And in the prompt, we could say Shiba. Do we have to say Shiba Inu? We don't, right? Because it's only going to change the transparency. So we could say snowy Seattle skyline or whatever. Let's see how that turns out. And image and prompt are the only two required parameters. Also, it's going to be Dolly 2, so it's going to look crappy probably. But anyway, so let's do this, the image. And then we do, I can just reuse this one. Reuse this one, uncomment here. Okay, you, and image edit response, and we'll call this Ricky edit. We're passing in the transparent one, this one. Okay, all right. I think, yeah, I think it should be, the naming is off here, but it doesn't, I don't care at this point. So let's do this. And let's see how it will edit the image. All right, it's done. And let's look at the edited image. We said snowy Seattle skyline. So what I'm expecting is Ricky to stay intact, but the background should resemble snowy Seattle skyline. Okay, I don't know. I mean, there is snow. Looks like Ricky's been squished a little bit, but and his paws look odd. But let's try something else. Maybe the snowy Seattle skyline is not. Maybe we'll just say green forest. But yeah, too bad that this is Dolly 2 only, right? So we're gonna get like crappier images, I guess, or not as nice as Dolly 3. So let's see, edit. Yeah, I don't know. It is all right. I'll taking a screenshot for Twitter. Editing the images. Input on the right, output on the left. Too bad. Image editing only supports Dolly 2. There you go. But yeah, all right. But it's we're getting there. Now the question that I would ask is, how can I use Dolly 3 or something else, like to generate more like realistic or better looking background, as well as why does it like squish him? Is it because it does like a different size? Oh, maybe because, oh, okay. So maybe it's the sizing, I guess. Maybe if I would, but it's not saying anything on the size, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, maybe we, oh, we didn't actually provide a size. So let's provide a size. Let's see. Yeah, what I was thinking is I don't know if the input image has to be a specific size as well, right? Or it can be any size, like dimension, not size. But it doesn't say anything. Let's see, edit. All right. I mean, doesn't look any any better. I don't know what's happening down there, but uh, I guess it is his face. You can still see his face, but it feels like it adds stuff around it. Um, I don't know. Maybe with a better prompt, uh, we could fix this somehow. But all right. So yeah, this was the image variation. We did this. Perfect. So we went a little bit through like um, some of the API as well. Let's go back to additional capabilities. Yeah, perform edits. That's what we did. Uh, oh, okay. So they do provide what's on the image. An image of a rabbit, right? Because the base image is an actual rabbit, but they are telling it again that it's an image. So maybe if I do, let's say an image of a Shiba Inu in a green forest. So let's see if this will make it look better because this one looks pretty doesn't look good. Let's see. All right, let's see. I don't know. It doesn't look any better, right? It still has this like extra. It almost like it tries to, uh, like redraw the dog again, but then how about if we all right, one more thing. I want to try one more thing and then I'll move on. So what if let's see what's the easiest way to do this. I'm thinking of adding like some sort of a border around the image to see if that makes a difference. But again, I don't have a let's see. Let's do this. Can we do this? Yeah. Oh, I can select it. What? This is the selection, right? Okay. And then how do I invert the selection? Can I expand this? Can I do expand selection? No. Can you do that? So expand selection in Mac preview. Oh, resize selection. So choose tools, adjust size, and then resample image. Okay, tools, adjust size. Oh, but that's not. Oh, resample image. No, that's just. Uh, hmm. Oh, let's do this. Okay, so someone is. If we do this, and then we do. Okay. Command X. And then resize the image. So we want to make it bigger, I guess, a little bit. Right? Let's see. Tools, adjust size. And we'll do this. And then paste it back in. Okay, well, I don't know if this is going to make any. Yeah, I don't think. Well, let's see. I don't think it's going to make any difference, but I wanted to actually like. No, it's not going to work because it's not. Uh, unless I do the markup. Can we draw here? But not like this. No, where's. let's do this. Yeah, it doesn't matter what color. Just want to make some, like an outline, I guess. No, it's gonna, oh no, it's not. Perfect. Yeah, I'm spending too much time on this one. Anyway, never mind. Let's look at the edit. Did I run it again? Oh, it didn't save the image. Anyway, yeah, so you could probably play with this a little bit more and like a proper image editing software, not in Mac preview. Oh, nice. But it does look better a little bit, right? Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess you could play with this one. This is also the way that you could do the like I'm thinking if you have like photos of interior, and you could probably make like a couch transparent, and then say oh, insert a couch of blue color here or something like that. That would be an interesting idea. Okay, so variations, we tried the variations as well. Temperature, I'm not able, looks like they disallow the temperature. You can't do that anymore. Yeah, changing the temperature, we can't do it. Boundaries, how to define boundaries for your application with meta prompts. Okay, so generate however mean to create some boundaries. We don't want to, okay, meta prompts. Okay, so how does it work? They're positioned before the text prompt and are used to control the output. So you're on assist. Oh, okay. So this is the same thing that we did before, right? Not safe. Okay, input. Oh, there's another. Yeah, it looks like they have. This is another like a documentation issue on that side. But this would be the right. So you're an assistant image. So we would copy this. And if we go to, oh, we're back to image generation. So we'll say the prompt is, and I think 3 quotes allows us to do multi-line prompts. So we would do, you're an assistant designer that creates images for children. The image needs to be safe, right? In color. Yep. Landscape. Okay. Do not consider images. Okay. Now let's see if we can disallow list. Okay, so they have a disallow list as well. So let's do that. Yep, but I don't see how we can. So the prompt, so this will be the meta prompt, and then the actual prompt would be meta prompt. And then is this, oh, disallow list is included here. Okay, so it's like this, right? Disallow list. Yep, so this allows all that, and then we include the meta prompt, and then this is the actual image, like the actual prompt that comes afterwards. And we'll do the like the bunny one. I'll say create an image, bunny, lollipop, and then the rest is the same. So if we uncomment this one and prompt, we're just passing in the prompt here. Prompt here. Comma. We're saving the image, and I'll just comment this one out. We have everything commented out. I'll say meta prompt 1, whatever, because there's only one anyway. Okay, so the idea here is that if you would unterminated, what, like this? How was it unterminated? Let's try again. Oh, because it was multiple lines, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, probably it was multiple lines. Yeah, that's what it was. So the idea here would be that this this thing here would be whatever your user types in, but you would always prefix it with this meta prompt, right? So system designer creates images for children, blah, blah, blah. You're basically telling it, these are the rules. And then you say, this is the actual prompt, right? So let's see what it created. So meta prompt one. Yeah, I mean, it looks very children safe, a child, right? So let's try and do this. So we'll do input. How do we prompt for, again? Let me just check. There we go, like this, right? So we don't have to like run it all the time. So we'll say prompt user input, and then this would go here, right? User input. Yep. And now if we run it, if we would say, let's say, image of a dragon with swords. I don't think it should generate anything, or it should generate something that's like safe, right? It doesn't allow, we don't allow the word swords. So I don't know how this works, but yeah, there you go. I mean, there's no sword, right? I guess it does work. Yeah, it's all adult. Adult comic about a cat. I don't know. Let's try it. But anyway, yeah, it's basically. Oh, and then if we would do, we could also do the opposite. I don't know why you would, but yeah, there you go. This doesn't look very. And I guess the same. Oh, how about a scary dog with a sword? Since we don't have scary in here, we could probably then add the disallow, like scary to the disallow list. So I'm thinking, oh, it, it has the sword. That's not the, oh, because it's swords? Oh, is it? So let's try again. Scary dog with swords. Will this ignore it? Will it ignore it now? Because we use like singular, but our disallow list has plural. Let's see. Nah, not really. All right. We could also remove, like, add scary, right? Then try it again. Scary dog holding. Oh, let's do with sword. So maybe this doesn't really work perfectly, I guess. I don't know why necessarily, why it doesn't. This one works. There's no, this doesn't look scary at all. There's no swords either, but I guess we could play with it more. Scary dog with swords. Let's try it again. And then what? There was another thing that I wanted to try. Yeah, I wanted to try. Oh yeah, let's see how this. If this generates a non-scary dog without a sword, then we're good. Come on. Yeah, definitely not swords here. What if we do grayscale here? If that's how you. A scary dog with swords. So it shouldn't be a image in color, right? It should be in grayscale. So let's see. And then maybe we'll modify. Oh, okay. Well, at least they're laughing, so maybe it's not that scary. But is it because we? I don't know how punctuation, if it's important, but let's try it again. Scary dog with sword. So in a way, it does like. It respects some of the parts of the prompt, but if for some reason it doesn't, like, it didn't respect the disallow list, at least not in like the 3 examples. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look scary necessarily, but then again, I'm not a kid, so what do I know? We'll do, yeah, we're not gonna do blood, but anyway, interesting. think there's still work to do there. Okay. Solution. What was the solution here? Okay, I guess we did this kind of. Yeah, creating. Yep, yep, yeah. Great work. Let's continue. What's the time? Oh, let's do one more. Let's close this. So we did the building image generation. The next one is building low code AI applications. I wonder how much this will be like go to Azure and have access to the thing that I don't have access to. All right. Let's talk about low code. So generative AI can use a very different include low code. But what is low code exactly? That's not no code, right? Is low code one step above it? We'll see. Um, build apps with okay, yeah. So it's like a no code, but there's a little bit of code. Power platform. Power platform. Power apps, Dataverse. I've never heard of these things. AI builder. Power platform. Enable. Is this like a Microsoft's product? Might be. How does it work? Copilot is build. Okay. AI builder is low code. AI available. Okay, so Power Platform has AI builder. Automate. Bring your. Okay, so instead of doing this, writing code, you could, I guess, do the same thing through Power Platform. Power Apps, Copilot. Okay, this is just it's like an ad for the manage students assignment invoices for a startup. Okay. I went from image generation to managing invoices. Okay. You can use Power Platform Copilot Prompt Library. Okay, that's a long name. Oh, that doesn't look nice. So, customer feedback, DALI, prompt generate, dummy text, email generate. What are these things? Prompt library. View content. Okay, what's going to happen here? This prompt helps with automating expense reimbursement. It takes expenses, follow up. Okay. Copy the prompt, paste it. Where's the prompt? Is it here? Oh, yeah. Okay. Automate the. Okay. Design a workflow. All right. So this might be like whatever the Power Platform is. I'm assuming it's an application, one of the Microsoft's apps. They have, yeah, it looks like it. Let me just click through it. I don't feel like going through this necessarily. But let's see. Oh, okay. I can sign up. What's happening with the UI here? Jesus, why is this? Okay, so sign up. Anyone can build. Okay, sign into Power Apps. Oh, dynamic sales. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely not doing this. I don't want to do this. We can look at yeah, this. I don't even know what. Yeah. Looks like they have like Copilot integrated into their Power platform, and then you can. It's like a visual designer for whatever we did, I guess, in Python, which is not a bad thing, right? Not everyone needs to know how to code, so describe the new table. Oh, okay, so I want to create a table to store invoice info. That's interesting. Yeah, this reminds me of Microsoft Access. If anyone remembers that. Yeah, building the table. Yes. Okay. So instead of like clicking through like templates or adding these fields and like columns manually, you could say, I want a table to do blah, right? Yeah, I models, I builder, AI, not I. Anyway, bring your own model into AI builder. Detect. Okay, so they have like a. I don't want to. I don't think if I don't want to call this a marketplace, but it might be right. It's like a custom models that people created. that you can then share. I'm thinking like Microsoft Word, and there's like a bunch of templates. So this seems like a similar thing. Invoice process. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay, process an invoice when it arrives in my mailbox, my inbox. Okay. Extract information. All right, yeah. So instead of doing like writing in a code, you point and click, and you say do this, do that. It looks like what's that? Zapier, right? Uh, Similar like flow thing. Interesting. There's a homework as well. We don't want to do a homework there. Uh, oh, someone on Twitter is saying, "What's the tool called? Make your pet look unhealthy." Yeah, exactly. Yeah, could be the name. They were referring to I guess this image or one of the previous ones that I created. Use text generation. This is still the same thing. Oh, okay, so they allow you to like they made it into the UI where you can create like use the prompts here to like create the flows and everything. All right. Um, no, I'm not the target audience for this Power Platform necessarily, so we'll skip that one. And we only have two more, so let's power through these. Um, so integrating with function calling, we can improve further, of course. Uh, what is function calling? Function call using, well, maybe we won't be able to do it. How to integrate a function call into application. Improving our chatbot. All right, now we're getting back to the chatbot. We'll use Azure. We're not going to use that. Microsoft Learn Catalog API. I guess we can use that. And then function calling. So let's get started. So before function calling, responses from LLM were unstructured and inconsistent. Yes, developers were required to write complex validation code to make sure they're able to handle each very, yes. Users could not get answers like, what is the current weather in Stockholm? This is because models were limited. Okay. So function calling is a feature of the Azure OpenAI service to overcome the following limitation. Consistent response format. Yes, I remember that, right? Instead of doing a meta prompt and saying you will only respond with JSON that conforms to this schema or whatever you want to call it, and you describe how that would look like. So this is what one thing that functions can help with. Yeah, so basically imagine you're saying, what did we do yesterday? The recipes, right? So let's say if we use that example, we could use this function somehow to get the consistent response back, meaning if we wanted the recipes to be in some sort of a JSON format. That's how I'm reading this, but we'll see. And then external data, ability to use data from other sources of an application in a chat context. Okay. Does this pertain to the current weather thing? Like you can't ask it for the weather, right? Because it doesn't have it doesn't have actual information. So maybe the functions would allow us to say, well, if they mention current weather, then go call this function to get the weather back for whatever city. Oh, extract the city, I guess, from the prompt, extract what was the intent or the action that the user wants to do, and then call that function with that extracted context. And then give me back the response in the format that I wanted in. Let's see. I don't know. So create a file notebook. IP, paste the code below. Okay. We're not going to do the notebook. We can just do it in the code directly, I think. So this is the same. What is this? Creating two student descriptions? What is this? Active member. I thought we're doing weather. Okay. Okay, we want to send. Oh, okay. When to send the above. Okay, so when to send it to LLM to parse the data. Okay. All right. Let's close this. Let's close this. I'll just create a new file here. Let's call it funcs API. And then I'll copy these things. We'll use it. We'll need at least that. So if we copy this, can I copy the whole thing? They don't have the copy button, right? No, of course they don't. So let's do, this was the second one, and then this is the first one. All right, student one. Okay, so we're basically, we'll try to extract, I'm assuming, their major, the university name, GPA, right, and any clubs, I guess. But we'll see. So let's create two identical prompts in which we instruct LLM on what information we're interested in. Okay, so I'll have two separate prompts. Makes sense. So let's copy this, and we'll look at the prompt. So extract the following information and return it as a JSON object. So the prompt is exactly the same. So name, major, school, grades, and club. This is the body. Okay, and then we're passing in whatever the description is. Okay. And let's go here. After setting up the prompts, we'll now send the prompts to the chat completion, store the prompts, and yeah, so this is the same thing we did yesterday. So I'll copy it from here. Was it completion? Yeah, it was completion. So we'll copy this. Go and we said open AI response. Oops. Open AI response 1 equals ChatGPT 3. Engine is the Azure stuff, I think. So we can't do that, but messages we can do like this. Role is user, so user is prompting, and then content is prompt 1. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do all these other settings. And then we'll do the same for prompt number 2. And I think this will just illustrate what the problem is. And then, okay, I don't know if this is the right, let me see. Completion choices, 0, miss. Oh, it is. Okay, I'll just copy this one here. Go, and we'll do C, whoops. Copy, paste, and we'll print both of them. And it's OpenAI response. I could create a method for this or function, but that's fine. Let's do it this way. So this belongs to this one, and this one belongs to this one below. And then we'll Python funcs.py. And let's see what we get back. All right. Is it correct? So let's see. So Emily Johnson, majoring in computer science. Yep. Duke University. Yep. 3.7. Yep. Chess club, debate club. All right. And then this is just, we're not extracting that, right? And then Michael Lee, computer science, 3.8. Stanford, right? Stanford. Yeah. And robotics club. Perfect. Yeah. So this works. Loading the response. Oh, they're also loading it, but yeah, I mean, we got this. The prompts are the same. We see values for grades formatted differently. Yep, I didn't notice this. See, 3.7, it includes the GPA, but this one doesn't. It's just it's a number formatted as a string, right? Yeah, so that's because LLM takes unstructured data in the form of written prompt. Yeah, we need to tell it how to structure what exactly we're expecting. So let's see how this looks like. So how do we solve this? Function calling, we can make sure that we receive structure. When using function calling, the LLM does not actually call, okay. So LLM is not going to call the functions. So instead, we create a structure for the LLM to follow. So it's almost like part of the prompt, I guess. I don't know. Function calling flow. So user, I am beginner with Azure. Skill product, okay. And then this is run through a function. What? Okay, well, let's see. We can then take what is returned from the function and send this back to the LLM. Okay. Okay, so it's a way to extract data, I guess, or get the data back in a formatted way. So then you can use it to like call LLM back with that data exactly. Because right now, let's say if we wanted to, trying to figure out a good example. Well, club is a good example as well, right? In this case, it's formatted as an array with 2 elements. In this case, in the second case, it's just a string, right? Ideally, this should be this one down here should be an array as well with 1 element. So if we wanted to count the number of clubs or ask LLM to tell us how many, like the number of clubs each person is in, we could get the actual array, right, and pass that in because we know, oh, we don't even have to pass it at that point. We just do a count, but we can do a count on this one, right, because it's not an array. All right, so use cases, there are many different use cases. So calling external tools. All right, so this one doesn't make, what do they mean by this? Since they're explicitly saying LLM does not call or run any functions. So chatbots are great, and by using function calling, the chatbots can use message. Oh, okay, so that's just, so we make a call if we need to, right? A student can ask the chatbot to send an email saying, okay, this can make a function call to, well, what is this here, right? I think what they mean here is if we put this in as a prompt, we can be 100% sure that what with the function calling or formatting, we get back the to and the body, or whatever the body will be, those 2 values. So then we can call this function, I guess. Create API or database queries, find information using natural language, convert it into format. Yep, an example would be who are the students, which could call a function name. Okay, so does this mean we're basically saying it, hey, I want the format your responses in a way that I can call this function in this way, right? And then it's going to know to extract the assignment, the student name, what was current status. Is there anything else? Current status. Yeah, I think there's nothing else there. And then same, just creating structured data. Okay, so let's see. Calling the chat, okay, reading the model's response to perform an action, i.e. execute a function or API call, making another call with the response from the function to use that information to create a response to the user. Okay, so find me a good course for beginners. So we send this to LLM. The LLM is gonna extract the role, product, and level, and then we can use those extracted values to call a function that we created, and we call that function, not LLM. And then we pass the results back. All right, so let's see. First time working, you need to define, yep, role, system, yep. Okay, function calling will assign the user an example question. Okay, so find me a good, yeah, so we'll do, find me a good course on, what was the beginner, blah, blah, blah. Let's copy paste. Good course for a beginner student to learn Azure. Okay, simple enough. And this is user, right? So then next, we'll define a function, and the parameters of that function, we'll just use one function here called search courses. Functions are included in the system message to the LLM and will be included in the amount. Okay. All right, so we'll create the functions. And I'll remove these 2. Don't need these 2 anymore, and we'll remove this. Okay. So we'll create I guess we'll have to do it here. Functions. Okay, and we're saying name of the function will be, whoa, not what I wanted. Let's close this one. So name of the function will be search courses. Description, okay. Retrieve courses from the search index based on, I'm typing in because I don't know if it matters or not, this description. Otherwise, I would probably make it simpler. Search based on the parameters provided. Okay. And then parameters. So this is where like specifying the exact format type, I guess, of the responses that we want, or how to, oh, let's see, properties on how to like extract. So role, yeah, so this is what we're extracting. We were expecting back a string, and then description is role of the learner, i.e. developer, data scientist, oh, developer, data scientist, student, etc. Okay. I guess this gives ChatGPT some example of what the values could be here, but we're not providing everything. But I think that's right. That was the point of the first stream, I think, where you don't have to provide the exact thing that you want back, right? You just give it an example. I'll copy this one because I don't, yeah, let me copy these. So save some typing. There we go. So description of the product, description of the level of the experience. And then this will, I'm assuming this will guarantee us that the response will be in this format. Oh, and then we can also say which one is required in the response. So the only thing required will be the role, right? The product and level might not be provided by the user. Okay, so this is just going through the thing. I'm not sure if, I'm assuming this is how the functions have to be defined. Like this is specified somewhere, right? So ChatGPT, I guess, is expecting an input in this format, so they know how to extract the things out. So after defining a function, we now need to include it in the call to the chat completion. We do this by adding functions to the request. Okay, it's simple enough. Now we can say functions, okay. Okay, note how we set and function call auto, and thereby giving when to call the functions. Okay, so what is the function call auto? I don't know what this means, but let's see. Is there anything anywhere? Let's see. Note how we set functions to function, and thereby giving the element the choice when to call. But didn't we say that they're not going to call the function? Like the LLM is not going to call the function. All right, but anyway, so if we print this out, print the response that we get back, we should get back the, response. Should get back the response in the format. What's failing now? Line 36. Chat completions, create, engine, model, messages, functions, function. Why is this failing now? Role type, the role of invalid request error. Required role is not of type object. Functions 0, first function, the parameters of the function. What am I missing? I'm missing, did I not copy? That's because I was probably not copying it. Typing it and not copying it correctly. Parameters. I mean, it looks, let's copy it. Replace it like that. All right. Maybe I messed up. Or maybe I didn't. We'll see. Chat object. Okay. All right. Well, at least it's a different. There should be the choices. Share response, choices, message. Oh, is it content? Oh, we can do the message. Let's see. Maybe it returns it in a different. No, there you go. So message. Oh, we have to do content, right? Content. Content. So content is none. Role is assistant. Function call is role student. Oh, there you go. So the function call actually did like create an object of function call with the arguments, and it's actually passing in the Azure beginner student, right? So it's find me a good course for, let's do advanced, right? Advanced. And this, so let's not output the content. So this should now include the advanced, right? Yeah, there you go. Oh, so this doesn't create so the message, it doesn't include the unstructured content as it did before. So this creates like a function. Choices. Is there? Let me see what's in the choices here. So what is the choice? So content filter. Function call. Okay, so function call. And then message, I guess. Content role, function call. Deprecated. Oh, of course. Oh, maybe this is me like old tool. Let's look at the actual API here. Fine tuning, endpoints, functions, function calling. There you go. Function calling, get weather. Oh, that looks familiar. Example. Okay, so get current weather. Oh, this is the actual like tools. What is weather like? Oh, so it's calling it tools. Oh, it's not functions anymore. It's tools. Okay, so let's rename it just so we are consistent with the Open API, at least. Tools, and then tool choice equals auto. Auto is default, but will be explicit. Okay. And then we get the response back. So choices message, and then the tool calls. So tool calls. Oh, response. Oh, it's in the message. So we'll do message equals this. And let's just see what's in. I thought the message was, oh no, the message was the actual, like whatever we were printing out before. Type is a required property. Okay, so what is type? Type. Chat. Let's see. Chat completions. Let's do API reference, chat completions. Where is it? Tools, right? Tools. Okay, so a list of our tools type. Oh, okay, so function is the only thing supported. Okay, so let's do that. What? Unexpected keyword type? What the heck? Why is this? Let's see. Chat completion, create, messages, model. Yep. We're not setting all those things. And nothing else is required. A list of type of the tool. Oh, okay. So this is, so it's an array and then the actual function, which we have. So we have the description. Okay. So it is required. So description, name, parameters, and parameters. Yep. This is the function. Okay, let's see. Functions. Let's do the example here. Oh, maybe it wasn't in the right, yeah, it wasn't in the right format. There you go. So function, and then this is here, like this. Formatter, format document. What? I don't have a Python formatter. Let's install it. I guess. Let's see. Did it format it? Yeah, it did. No, I didn't. Format. What? I installed it. All right. Anyway, not gonna worry about this. But yeah. So tools. So this should work now. Let's go terminal. Let's rerun it as well. No. Unexpected key. Oh, because I don't have to pass it in here. It's in the tools is where we're passing it in. Yes, perfect. Yeah, so chat complete. Okay, this looks a little bit different. Function call none. Yeah, because we're not using functions because it's deprecated. So tool calls, we get the ID of the call and an actual like a function instance with the values extracted, right? So we have student, we have Azure in advance, and then the name of the function, and it's a type of it. It's a function. So let's go back here. We have this, yeah, and now we have to make the function call. Here we can show, okay, the conclusion. Okay, yeah, so we get this. Next, okay, so how do we integrate this? Okay, now now we're basically just calling. So we actually create the function itself. So let's do that. I'll just copy paste, but this could be anything, right? So this is search courses. So it's gonna go to like Microsoft's catalog. It passes in the role, product, and the level, gets back and just returns the results, right? So now we create an actual function. So we have an actual function. We have a description of the way that function looks like, or actually the parameters and the name. And to see if we need, and then we do, check if the model wants us. Okay, so the model will tell us based on this response, the tool calls, it's going to tell us if we need to call. Okay, so we actually have to do the function calling. So let's do that. So in the message, we can say if message dot get, and we'll get the, what is it called, tool calls, right? Tool calls, and then we'll just print it out, right? So say print recommended function call, recommended tool call, and then what is the response message? So that's msg get. That's the actual function, right? So tool calls, tool call. Is this? Okay, so the actual function is within the tool calls, right? So we would do function equals, yeah, so we just get the first one, right? And then print, we could say recommended tool call, this one, right? And then we can actually call the function, right? So print it out, and then we can say function name, and we can extract that from, well, function dot name, right? So now we're deconstructing this guy here. So say function dot get name, or we could just do name, I guess. Oh, or the name. So we get the function name, and then what is this available? All right, so this is just doing the mapping, I guess. I'll do it. Let's do available function. So this is just mapping the actual string to the actual, like the function name here, because this, what we get back here, this function name is going to be a string. So you could have more functions defined. This is really nice. This is really, really nice because you could like combine, like integrate multiple like external functions, I guess. Well, yeah, anything pretty much to do it and then provide that back, right? And then function args. Okay, so let's do function to call is available function. So this is just getting the right, getting this, the actual function, and getting the arguments is we're using JSON.loads response message function call. So this would be function dot arguments, right? This guy, arguments. But because it's a JSON, we want to like load it as that, and then actually call the function, right? Function response, actually calling our Python function. Function to call, and then we're passing in the function arguments that we got from LLM, ChatGPT, right? And then output, yeah, let's just do this. Output the response. And this is now like, let's do it this way. There you go. So this thing is parsing the responses, the structured response we got from ChatGPT. And this is the actual, this is parsing as well. And then this is the actual calling, right? The Python function. So this, no LLM involved here. Okay, and let's see if this works. Of course not. Get. I know it's going to bite me. So let's do tool calls, right? Tool calls. First one, dot function, I think. Let's see. Oh, I have somewhere else. Where do I have it? Line 65. Oh, there you go. Tool calls. Yep, let's run it. Of course, import JSON. Request, okay, import requests. Request. This is for making a call to the actual API. Perfect, there you go. So, whoops. Let's see what we got back. So it's saying we got the recommendation from ChatGPT to call a function with these arguments and with this name. And then we're actually calling the function. So this is where, so we parsed the values that we got back, and then we called the actual search courses that went to the learning catalog, right? And then returned us the value, right? And then this last one might have been a leftover printed. Yeah, it's just the function response. That's the function response here, this guy. And then the type is the string here. Oh, and this one is left over from previously. So let's rerun it just to clean it up. Yeah. So we got back the string, and then this is now like as you would do when you didn't use AI, right? It's just a JSON that you got back, and you can do whatever you want here. So this basically tells you how to use natural language input from the user, query, whatever it is. Tell ChatGPT how to what to extract and how to format the data that it extracted, so you can call a function that you define how it looks like, right? So it's pretty much, I don't know how they implemented this internally, but I'm sure there's a meta prompt, that's the word that we learned today, that says it has to be exactly like this, right? So they're probably doing some work that says, hey, this is how the response has to look like, but then they're returning it as an actual function, so it's strongly typed. I don't know if strongly typed is an actual word here, but you know what the fields are that you're going to get back, right? And I think that's it here. Yeah. So receive response instead of API JSON. Yeah. Wait, what is this one? Now we'll send the updated messages so we can receive a natural. Okay. And then you can say, okay, so now once we have the actual response from the function, which is this one, then we can actually make a call and say, make another call. So let me copy that one. So let's do this. Oh, to actually get back instead of getting, but JSON sometimes is useful as well if you want to do like display the data in a different way instead of not in a natural response, like natural language. But messages in the next, are they the same? Yeah, I would think so. So messages are second response. So messages are the same. Get a new response where you can see the function response. Oh, okay. So would this be the way? Function response. There you go. Perfect. So we don't have to send the tools. We don't have to do the tool choice. And we would do temperature 0. So it's function call. Oh, but it's still. Okay, so this is now taking the function response that we got back, with the same prompt, but now we will basically display the structured response that we got back from the API, and get the, like, I'll call it second response, get it in like a natural language, I guess. Now let's print this out. So second response. Oh, sorry, choices. Is it choices zero miss? Yeah, probably is. So this will now output the same API. What? Got an expected keyword function response. Oh, I was too excited. Well, we'll find it. There has to be something. Let's go back to the API. No, it's this one. Tools, tool choice, function call. So that's deprecated. This is deprecated. How do I response format? All right, so omniX specify. Let me see. What are they calling it? So let's just search for function tools. So we did the initial one, tool choice. None means the model will not call a function. Instead generates. Oh, maybe we do none. Auto is the default. Functions. Yeah, these are deprecated. Interesting. I'm not. Yeah, it looks like this is not there anymore. Function call. But no, it's. Oh, no. So they updated the messages probably to include. All right, so it's not like this. So the function response is included in the messages. But how? Why don't they show this? Let's see if I have. Maybe there's some code. This one. Oh, there's a typo. All right, so function calling, function calls. Yep. Integrating, response. Yeah. All right, so did this. Oh, messages. There you go. That's what's missing here. That's what's missing. So add the assistant response. So, okay, so these are the actual messages that we have to send back. So let's do. So adding assistance response. So role response message. So this would be functions response. Let's see. I think so. Yeah, I think it should be. Oh, no. This is the. This is the message, right? This is what we got back. So it's message, function call, function name, function. Okay, so content none. So this is just saying, so this would be tools call. Is that what it's called? Tool calls. Tool calls. Function name, tool calls. So, oh, there, let's see, dot. Let's see dot here as well. This tool calls, content none, and then role, function name, function response. Okay, so, and then we're sending that messages, sending that in. So let's see. Go. What? Oh, it's not indented. Python is very picky about indentation. Unindent does not match the. Okay. That's why I wanted to do the formatter. Oh, it's like this. Yeah. Okay, messages is not defined. Why not? It's just an empty thing, right? Messages equals. Yeah, I'll just create a new one. Messages. Or does it contain the, oh, let me just check. Let me just check if it has the initial one as well. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so it's messages. So we'll take this. We'll do messages. We'll copy this one. Messages. Here. Yep. Indentation. Let's see. Okay, so none. Role user content is not of type object type. Invalid request error. What? What line is this? Also, it's 88. No, but it can't be. Yeah, no. That's how I have it. Let's see. Response message role. Yeah, it seems like it should be. That's the last thing. Let's figure this out. This. Oops. This. Oh, where? Oh, here. All right, so this looks different now, which is good. So list object has no attribute arguments. So function line 95 doesn't have, where's 95? It's here. Oh, we can just do, right, function args because we already have it there. Okay, function response, unexpected, keyword argument. Oh, then we don't need this one. So this one should be tools. Tools call equals, so it should be the same as it was here. Let's copy it. Tools, and tools choice. There it is. Like this. And at this point, well, yeah, let's remove it because it shouldn't call the function at this point. All right. So it did call the first one, and then the second one, was it saying? Name search arguments is not type of array. It's not of type array. This one? That's no. Let's see. Call functions. Tools. So it is array. Yeah, maybe I'm missing something here. Anyway, I'll figure this out. I'll create a GitHub repo of this anyway, and then I'll make sure I fix this. But it's probably some stupid thing somewhere. But the idea would be that you pass in whatever you got from the function call, pass it back in, and then get back the actual like response like this, right? I found some good courses, blah blah blah, and then with the links and everything, right? All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. See you next time.